Ida for refusing to re-propose after my fiancée lost her engagement ring. I 9M proposed to my fiancée to 8 of 6 months ago with a beautiful ring that I saved up for over a year to buy. She was thrilled, and we've been happily planning our wedding since then. Last weekend, we went on a trip to the mountains for a little getaway. During one of our hikes, she realized that her engagement ring was missing. She was devastated, and we spent hours retracing our steps, but we couldn't find it. When we got back home, she asked if I could get a new ring and re-propose to her to recreate the special moment. I told her that I understood how she felt, but buying another ring of the same quality would be financially challenging for me right now. I suggested that we could either wait until I could afford a similar ring or get a more modest ring for now and upgrade it in the future. She was upset and said that it wouldn't feel the same with a different ring and that the magic of the proposal was lost. She insisted that she wanted the moment to be recreated just as it was before. I told her that the important thing was our commitment to each other, not the ring or the proposal itself. She accused me of not caring enough about her feelings and said that if I truly loved her, I would find a way to make it happen. Now, there's a lot of tension between us, and she's been distant ever since. I feel like I'm being practical, but she feels like I'm not valuing our engagement enough. Ida for refusing to re-propose with a new ring under these circumstances. My spouse, I'm 40 and I have 31, have been together for 10 years and married for 5. I was promoted a year ago with my current company and we decided together that I would accept the promotion and relocate to a different state. Understandably, I told my spouse that he could take some time to figure out his new career path. He'd worked at a company for 12 years but had discussed finding a new career path the last 2 years. My salary increased and my job provided perks that would help with monthly expenses. However, we would not be able to put money consistently in savings until he found a new job and would be living very close to paycheck. Several months ago, I circled back with him asking about work. He stated that he'd found a part-time that he would officially start at the end of April. In April, I followed up with him, asking about his start day, etc. He kept pushing back the start date and saying other things were needed to process his information. Today, I found out that he lied and he has no intention on finding a job. He is content with being a stay-at-home husband. I have not discussed it with him and have not communicated that I know he lied. I don't believe that I am willing to salvage our marriage and I am now thinking about divorce. He is a part-time student taking classes online. We have pets, no children. I have worked throughout our relationship, sometimes 2 jobs, to ensure I covered my expenses as well as joint expenses. How has a small, seemingly insignificant decision you made in the past ended up having a massive impact on your life today? It wasn't even a decision I made. 1991, I was in college, studying computer science. I entered into the internship program, and they placed you at a company, working for 9 full months paid, but you didn't get to pick the company. It turned out that the company used a very niche kind of computer system. And I got a solid 9 months of education and experience on TH. The internship ended, and I graduated. But having had 9 months of experience on this special niche computer system, I landed a job right away, working on the same kind of system. And I stayed in that job for 30 years, now earning $180,000 a year. Now that system is considered legacy, and nobody is being trained on it anymore, but there are still many places that use it. What this means is that old farts like me have job security, because we're the only ones who know how to work on this system. I to 5M, moved in with my GF24F of 4 years, 3 weeks ago. She chose the place, and although her name is on the lease, I paid half of the deposit and paid the first month of rent as she couldn't afford it. I also paid the first month of bills. She works part-time and has some savings she used to furniture the place according to her taste despite my objections. I felt she overspent and the money could have been better spent on other things. She had a few friends over on Monday when I came home. She had ordered food and as I normally come home from work at 5, she was surprised to see me there an hour earlier. They were a little drunk and one of her friends made strange comments, which I thought nothing of due to the alcohol as I went to the bathroom to shower. When I came out from the shower, her other friends and sister was quoting me poetry that I had written to my GF, and was quite handsy. I found it odd and asked her where she had heard that. She goes, "We just read your love letters to her before watching a movie." My GF was laughing with them. Her sister made a remark about how she wanted me to do her the way I do her sister because she had never felt that way. I was furious, but due to her drunkenness thought it impossible to talk to her. I left for my mother's house. On Tuesday she called me 17 times, but I ignored it. She also sent many texts wanting to know why I wasn't home. On Wednesday I told her in person how hurt I was for her sharing my intimate letters with her friends, and for oversharing what we do in private. She said relax, it was a joke and nobody got hurt. She said the girls were impressed with me and that is why they got a little handsy. She said once I gave her the letters they were hers to share with whom she pleased. So I told her that I am my own person and can make the decision to not share more of myself with her. Today she came to my mother's apologizing. She wanted me to come back and talk it out with her. I told her no, and that. And those were the best Reddit stories of April. Don't forget to like and sub.